tracks today.
Yeah. I need them bands, run it up fast, stuffing them shits in the safe. Got me a spot out the way, nigga just tryna be safe. Leaving the house with the glizzy, nigga.
Let's get into the sports talk.
Potential though, would you go Baker or Patrick?
They both have huge superstar potential. The answer is Patrick Mahomes. The reason Tom Brady is correctly chosen as the most marketable superstar is because of his greatness over time. He's on a successful team, the most successful ever really when you consider the era in which they're doing it and how many Super Bowls they've appeared in and won as a percentage of the years he's played. And I have this argument in all sports when people say, no, that guy, because of his personality. Put your money on the blue chip.
Yeah, you could pick Patrick Mahomes. I think him and Baker both would be superstars. But only you pick Patrick Mahomes because he just came off an MVP trophy winning last year. And the way he did it in his first year of starting a full season. Like you had 50 touchdowns in your first season starting the whole year. And you won your first MVP in your second year. That's why you could pick him to be a superstar. But they both could be superstars in this league. They got all the tools to do it. Both of them. I feel like Baker gonna help the Browns elevate to a good team. And I think Patrick Mahomes gonna carry Kansas City to a Super Bowl. Because he had the orange scrum to get that team there.
Whoever you think is going to be best in the most successful situation and just perform at a high level, that's the one who will eventually be the superstar. That beats personality and everything. Success.
Yeah.
When you look at Patrick Mahomes, two quarterbacks come to mind. They both played for the Packers. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. He's like a combination of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Both mobile quarterbacks with big arms. Like, Favre had kind of the most electric arm ever. Patrick Mahomes, I said it early last season. I said, when I think about the most electric arms that I've ever seen, I tell my grandkids, you should have seen so-and-so. I said it early last season, and we were arguing about it. I said, Brett Favre, Patrick Mahomes has that kind of arm. Now, Aaron Rodgers is a very strong arm, but not quite like Favre. Mahomes has a farm arm, but Stephen A. Favre used to turn the ball over. Mahomes is more like Aaron Rodgers. He extends plays that you think are over and somehow with pinpoint accuracy throws the ball down the field, not turning the ball over. What's the criticism of Rodgers? Where Favre was trying to force it into tight windows and all that, Rodgers will sometimes take the sack, which is a lot of times a smart play. Mahomes combines the best attributes of both players into one guy, and he just was a rookie, really his first season starting, and was the MVP and plays for a great coach on a great team. The answer is Patrick Mahomes.
First of all, I picked Baker Mayfield for this answer because I know Max Kellerman, and I know how Max Kellerman likes to bloviate about how much he knows. And what happens is that everybody knows what Patrick Mahomes brings to the table. 50 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, a QBR 82, a 113 quarterback rating, 5,097 yards passing, stuff like that, all of that other stuff. Of course I agree, if you're just talking football. The question was superstar, and we're not talking about just football. For example, wouldn't you say that Tim Duncan is arguably the greatest power forward that ever lived?
Yes.
Okay, but when we talk about superstar,
yes,
what we say about him is greatness. What we say about him is Hall of Fame. What we say about him is one of the greatest ever. That's what we say. But when we use the word superstar, it's something about box office appeal. You see, when Kobe was a superstar, it wasn't just because he was great on the court. It's because the brother was box office. Yeah. You went through the turnstiles to see that brother. Now, football's a little bit different because they walking through the turnstiles to see anybody. It's the NFL. You're an NFL team, you're going to have your audience. They're the kings right now. They're number one in the world. When I think about Baker Mayfield and the 3,700 yards passing, the 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, what they've done, I saw him do it without Odell Beckham Jr., by the way, without Kareem Hunt, who's still going to be out for the first 8 games. This year, you got the addition of Njoku and Jarvis Landry and Nick Chubb having an additional year of experience. Not that Jarvis Landry needed it because he's been in the league for a few years. But you know the thing that I would say about Baker Mayfield?
Yes, like Baker had that opportunity to take his game to the next level. In less than 1 year, the Browns put a good team around him. And he's a good quarterback. That's how you know they put that trust into him. That they got a good team surrounding him. He got a chance to make the Browns go to the playoffs. Because he is a good quarterback. He elevates the players around him. He motivates them around him. He's a good leader. He showed it on the field. His tenacity, his work ethic changed everything around him.
That I know you would appreciate. This dude does not shut up. You said it best months ago. He's as real as it gets. He's going to have something to say. When we think about Patrick Mahomes, when we're going to talk about Patrick Mahomes? The day before the game and the day after. When we going to talk about Baker Mayfield? Oh,
yeah. Remember when he planted the flag? What game was that? He planted the flag on.
It was Ohio State.
Yeah, he does that type of stuff.
What I'm saying is, this guy walks, unlike Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes is he's just a stud, he's just elite, he's just special. And we see that it factor. The only reason why I picked Baker Mayfield for this category, I'm saying I appreciate all your points, I echo them, I don't disagree with them. But I'm telling you right now, when it comes to Baker Mayfield, we're going to be talking about this brother about 5-6 days.
The reason
this guy always has something to say. And Patrick Mahomes is polished. So I've interviewed him before. We've watched him talk. This dude, he always has the right things to say. He never says anything incendiary or controversial. He's just a straight and narrow dude that shows up. Baker Mayfield is risque. And that is what I think you missed.
It's a really good question because there's strong arguments on both sides. And your point is buttressed by the fact that it's not only just the flash with Baker, he's truly an excellent player. I believe they'll both be superstars. I think he's going to continue to be an excellent player.
And I hope so.
So if you have that kind of excellence, plus all the other stuff that could... But what I'm saying about Patrick Mahomes, take Tim Duncan for a second. The reason Tim Duncan wasn't the superstar Kobe was, number one, the markets they played in. But Cleveland is not some huge market. I mean, neither is Kansas City, but it's not like Cleveland is a bigger, more important market, or a more important one at least. It's also
I don't even think that comes into consideration with the NFL.
Right. Kobe's style. Kobe was sensational to watch. And Duncan was the big fundamental, right? Patrick Mahomes, Baker is great to watch. Don't get me wrong. There is no one better to watch than Patrick Mahomes. So when you have the superstar flash to go with the substance on the field, then it really is going to come down to your success over time. Tom Brady, Brett Favre was huge. Was he bigger than Tom Brady? Tom Brady's as big as anybody ever was, right? That's not because he has a big... But he did. He won a Super Bowl. He was in the playoffs. Tom Brady is the biggest superstar right now because he's so great. Every year they're doing it. Patrick Mahomes is in maybe not in a Brady situation, but in a similar situation, but with Aaron Rodgers level ability.
And I get that. And see, for me, I'm going to be much more transparent and direct with what I'm about to say. There are people who show up to work every day and they do their job.
Baker was already getting dealt because of his height. He showed them last year, I belong in this league. Once the Browns see how he played, they hit this one. They made the right pick. They had an okay year last year. Now the Browns about to take that next step this year. He's have a full season as the starter now. Like, he had them to an okay year last year. The Browns weren't winning over one game before they got him. That's why they went out there and got him. He got something to prove to everybody that doubted him. Show them I could carry this team. I could be the leader on this team. People doubted him because his height. He don't be quiet. He gonna let you know who am I. And the Browns hit on this one this time. I think they have their franchise quarterback this time.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And then there are those who are box office. And I'm saying to you.
You know anyone in the box office?
What do you mean, in football?
No, I mean that shows up to work's box office.
Oh, hell yeah, that's me.
I was wondering.
I know that. I'm sorry you asked that question. Why don't you just say the sky's blue? Of course.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and